Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I have to start all over again because what happened? This new phone has got too many buttons on the sides and I keep touching them. And I'm so sorry that I have touched the button and I cut everyone off. So I'm going to give everyone a few minutes to come back on. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. This is not good. I might have to video with my old phone. I'm so used to it. I'm going to have a cuppa and let's see if anyone else comes back on. This one definitely has so many more buttons to the side and completely lost. So this is our black and white 12 by 12 scrapbooking from scratch. So I had started the video, touched a button. I don't know what I did, but turn you all off again. I've turned the phone around a different way this time, hopefully I don't touch anything when I go to move it. I'm just looking to see where all the buttons are. There's so many buttons. Okay. So, we'll see how we go with this. I'm really, really sorry. I hope you come back on because I know there was quite a few people on here watching and I apologise for that. So this is going to be part 2 of our 12 by 12. I'm going to move the camera down and hopefully this time I don't touch anything. I'm really looking. I'm really looking at this new phone. Oh my God. There's buttons everywhere. Okay. I really apologise. So, as I was saying, and I'm so sorry, as I was saying, you can measure down an inch and an inch if you want to. You can measure an inch and make that your corner point on that, or you can eyeball it. So I'm going to start with, I always like to place my first one down and then I work from that. So this is what I've got to concentrate on. It's just this top line at the moment. So I'm just going to concentrate on my top line, make sure that it all looks about the same. That's what I'm concentrating on to start off with. I really am so sorry. I cut you off midstream. How horrible was that? I hope you find the second part of the video and you come back and you watch it. Yeah, that sort of just put me into, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got so many buttons on this new phone. I don't know why they have them all on the side when you're videoing. Okay, and then I'm going to put my second one down. I hope you find this, that I've come back on with a completely new video. Okay. And then we're going to put our third one. So this is my guide. I always go from the top or from the bottom. I work either way. Whichever way you want to work is fine. This is sort of my guide. For my page. Okay, I think I put them in the wrong way now, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. And then I'm going to come in with this. So we'll come in with the second one. Someone's found me again. Hi, Robert. I am so sorry. I got too many buttons on this new phone and I touched it and I don't know what happened. It just disappeared. You disappeared. And then it said video over and I went, what? I was only moving you down so I could get you to see properly. I'm not touching it now. I'm going to leave it alone. And I'm going to come in with my second one here, but I'm going to turn this one around a little bit. Not that it matters because you can even put this one in like this if you want to. You can put the white piece in if you don't want 3 floral pieces, which I I think I might do. I might go with this one. Yeah, I might go with this one. Okay, just to change it around a bit. Okay. As I was saying a little bit earlier, we have got fun tonight, and I'm just hoping I might have to use my old phone tonight to do our cancer one. I do not want to cut anyone off. Oh my God. It's so funny when you get a new phone and you think it'd all be the same, but they're not. They're not. Okay, so we've got 6 of them on there now. The thing I love about the liquid glue is that you can slide it a little bit into place, which is really, really great. Okay, and then we've got our last ones to go on here. Okay, so let's do that. So a little bit of liquid glue, measure them up to the one above it. Well, that one was perfect. It's good to have a little bit in there. And then this one's coming in here. Add some glue. Oh, hopefully everyone's starting to find me. Hi Caroline Matthews. I am so sorry that I clicked everyone off. New phone. I'm not used to having so many buttons along the side, and I've got to be really mindful. Really mindful. Anyhow, this is a great one that you can use with your scraps. So if you've got all the same size square scraps, no matter whether they're 3x3, 4x4, 5x5 or whatever, you can put this together and make a beautiful scrapbook page. Okay, so how gorgeous is that? It looks really beautiful. It's like a patchwork. Who loves patchworking? I did patchwork sewing for many, many, many years. And really loved it. Now I've got to decide whether I go with a stamp or whether I go and cut out some flowers from the paper to use on this. But to start off with next, I'm going to just have a look at the stamp and see. I think the stamp would be nice, but because we can die cut it. Who likes die cutting? Where the paper I would have to fussy cut and it would take a lot longer. So let's just have a look at our stamp here. I'm just having a little look. And I think I'll just go with the black and white outline image because you could even do, what was I going to say? You could even do, okay, I'm going to just cut some of this to stamp on. I have got some white, but it's not in front of me, and I'm not going to run off from you again. I'm going to stay right here. Okay, so move that out of the way, and we're going to stamp out some black and flowers, and I've got my die cutting machine here too. So let's come in with some flowers. Yeah, I think that would look lovely on here. So I want at least 3. I've got 2 bigger ones. And I might even go for one of the smaller ones. They've got a small one in there too. So we could go with a smaller one as well. Okay, just clean my stamp. Just for the moment, I'll leave it in there because I like to wash them when I've used black on them. So if I've got them that I've got to wash, I put them on the inside of my container and then I come back after the class and I can clean them because there's nothing worse than having a lot of black on it. Okay, so that's a little gold nugget, one that I use a lot. So we've got another little white little flower here. So I'm going to grab that one out and put that on the block. We're going to go a bit over time, but look, I don't mind, okay? It's Cancer Day. Now, look, we've got a Cancer Fundraising Day, so if you haven't donated, please go over to my event page and find our Cancer one and scroll down to where it says donate. I'd love everyone to donate. I'd love to make the 3,000. We're doing this, today is my sister's anniversary as well. From cancer, she passed away, and it's her anniversary today. I'm doing this for her. I'm doing this for Ronnie. She's been a long time. I'm looking at the different ideas that we have in here, the different leaves, and I've sort of looking at this and I'm sort of going, well, you know what? This might look okay in here. So this little one to go with them. So I'm going to come up here. 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see. Not sure how many I need of everything. We can go with green leaves, but I don't want to. I'm keeping this very much black and white page for you guys. Black and white is, I'm just going to take that off and put it on the inside there so I can clean it later. Black and white's a fantastic way of doing a scrapbook page when you've got coloured pictures and you really don't blend in with the colour paper you want to use. Then a black and white page is the way to go, okay? I think I saw Althea's name up there. Sometimes I look up and I see a name pass. If I did, hello. Good to see you on. So we now need our die cutting machine. Whoa. And we need to grab out our dies from the other side. I have actually used tear tape in between each of my packets, and I've stuck them back to back. So I've got the stamp at the front and the die on the back, but they're joined. So when I pull out the stamp, I automatically pull out my dies, which is fantastic. Okay, now I just want the outline one. I just want the outline one. Now I'm going to just trim these so it's a little bit easier to cut, because I don't want this paper going through and getting marked, okay? So we need to now find that one that goes around like that. When you're looking for this particular one, I always look for something that in the die and the flower. So this one's got a big flower that goes out like that, and that's this bit here. So it makes it easier to line it up, okay? So this is our beautiful Cancer bonus scrapbook day today. It's all about Cancer today. So my heart goes to Ronnie's daughters and son today. There's nothing worse than losing your mum at a young age. Okay, we're going to come through with this. We're going to do 2 of these. That's quicker than fussy cutting. So we've got one there. And we just do the other one as well. So I'm just going to cut that one out as well. And I've learned over the years that if you put it all through together, you do end up getting your paper all marked. So once again, look for that curvy bit and pop your die on there. Once you visualize that curvy bit and you come down and you do it, it's so much easier to line your stamp to your die. So always pick a focus point on your stamp and your die, because that makes it so much easier to cut it out. Now we need the a little one. Here it is. So we need the little one. And we're doing this solid. Now, they do have an outline one that you can put on top of this, but I'm not doing the outline one to put on top. I'm just doing this solid one. Once again, we're looking for that little peak that pops out. It's like the big one, only it's the little one. It's got that little longer piece. So we're going to grab that, line our die up. I know you can't quite see what I'm doing back here, but it's very hard when you're on a table to show, but you can sort of see it coming out the other end. Okay. Our flower. And then we have this outline one. Whoop. Come. Don't they stick in hard sometimes when they're they stick really hard on that sticky stuff that they put it on. Sometimes it's so hard to get it off. Okay, so we're going to line this up. And I sort of feel like this goes with the paper a little bit, which is good. Wouldn't it be nice if we had 5 of each of the dies for each of the images, but we don't. Unless you bought 5 sets, and I don't want to do that. But sometimes when you're doing one at a time. But that looks beautiful. Okay. And this does take a little bit of time, but I wanted to do it from scratch because I promised a few of the ladies that I'd make a full scrapbook page today, and that's what we're doing. And I wanted to do it black and white for the simple reason, like I said, it makes it so much easier no matter what colour photos you want to put on it later. It all sits really beautiful. Black and white is very much a go-to in either your page or your photos. If you've got really beautiful coloured paper and you're not sure which photos to put on it, you can always print your photos out in black and white. That is a really good gold nugget, honestly, because by doing that, you're showcasing not just the photos, but you're showcasing a little bit of the paper as well. Okay, so that's a good thing. Hopefully everyone's found their way back here. I am so sorry. I don't know. This new phone has too many dials and little images on it for me. I put my finger on something and I cut us all off. So we're having a part 2. So this is part 2 of our Cancer Day. Ronnie's Cancer Day. I miss my sister every day. She was the sibling underneath me, so we were pretty close. Okay, so I think 3 is enough for now. Don't think I need the 4th one, so we'll put that in there. Now, if you want some solid to go with that, you can, and this is a good time to do some solids if you want some solids, okay? So when I mean solids, you might want, let me just do this one. Let me just do this one. A couple of solids like this, which will be just black or just white. So let's come through. Hopefully you can see this come out the other end. And that's what we call a solid. So I'm going to hold that up. See how it's just all solid? Solid, it's got nothing on it. It's just a solid leaf. So I'm going to do a couple of them. Because like I said, at the moment, I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't designed the page for what I'm doing. Like I said, I cased sort of the template from my little booklet that I got when I did the retreat from Stampin Up a few weeks back. And some of their ideas are just fantastic. And I keep their little books because, well, their instruction sheets, because you can change them around and case them. Which is really lovely. So I'm just going to do 2 of them. No, I need 3. 3's always eye-pleasing. 3 or 5. I'm just going to go one more. And then we're going going to start putting everything together. Okay. Who's got this stamp set? It's just absolutely beautiful stamp set. I use it a lot, so if it is on the clearance rack or the last chance products, I'm going to be a bit disappointed because it's got such great dies and great images on this one. I'm just going to put that back in here. As you can see, you've got leaves, you've got flowers, you've got lines, like top ones, you've got your stamps. Everything goes so hand in hand. Okay, so let's come back over here now. Now we need to cut out our mats. We need to cut out our mats for our photos. So I'm going to do them in, I think I'll do them in black. Okay, I'm going to do them in black. I've got to stop and think what I want to do. I'm going to do them in black. So we're going to do 3.5 by 3.5, which gives us a 3 by 4 photo. No, 4.5 by 3.5 gives us a 3 by 4 photo. So we're going to go 4.5. So go 4.5. How many photos? Probably 2. 3.5 gives you a 3 by 4 photo. So yeah, so 3.5. So we cut 3.5 and then come back and cut another 3.5. Now I'm going to cut some whites to put in here just to show you where the photos were meant to be placed. Okay, I've got a scrap here. I wonder if this will fit in. The photo is 3 by 4. So let's go. Yeah, we can fit that in. So 3, let's trim that off. I'm using a bit of scrap, see? By 4. So that's how big your photo will be, 3 by 4. So I'm just going to put that, and I love that bigger mat around it. So I'm just going to add a tiny little bit of glue on here. Now, did you know if you put that like that, let it dry a little bit, air dry, it will become a tacky note. So we're just going to let that air dry while we cut the other one. And if you want it to air dry, you can sort of just come through with your finger and flatten it out a little bit so it dries quicker. Now this becomes like a Post-it note, and you can pull this off. Okay, so we need another white. I've got another scrap white here I have. Okay, so our white is 3 by 4, so I'm going to cut 4 first. And I'm going to turn it around and cut the 4. Okay, the 3 is the narrow one. 3. Okay. So a little bit of glue. You don't have to put very much on there, just enough to sort of make it like a little bit tacky, and then let that air dry. Okay, so while they're air drying for us to do for our photos, we're going to cut our next piece for our journaling. Sorry about that. I had my flu injection yesterday. Has anyone, you had all your flu injections and everything, guys? Isn't it funny when you have a flu injection how all of a sudden you feel like you've got the flu? We don't want that. Okay, so this piece is where you're going to journal. So we want 2 journal pieces, and I'm going to go black and white. I'm going to keep it in the black and white theme. So we're going to go with our mats, which are 3.5. So 3.5. And then we're going to cut it at 3.25. 3.25. And 3.25. Now, if you're not getting all the measurements, I'm sorry you've got to go back and watch 2 videos. That's a bit of a pain, I know. Did I do that right? I don't think I did that right. 3 1/4. Okay, so this is your journaling. You can do, let's start again. With our journaling, 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. So you can go 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 if you want them as a square. That's what I was about to say. I'm sidetracking. So I'm going to keep those ones out of the way. Don't worry, scrap what I just said before. You can use those ones, but I'm doing 3 1/2 and 3 1/2 because I want them as a square. I'm trying really hard to make it easy for you. So 3 1/2, 3 1/2. And then our white ones need to be 3 1/4. And I have 2 measurements in my head at the one time. Who does that? You're sort of thinking ahead and then cut the wrong measurement. So these ones are 3 1/4. This is what you're going to write on. 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay. Thank you for sharing Cancer Day with me. It's very important, and I'm sure that a lot of you have had loved ones out there that we're going to be stamping all day today, all different things, and then tonight we're having our Cancer Retreat. So if you've got nothing on today, join me, because don't forget to go in and donate, please. Do a donation. Everyone that donates gets a ticket into the draw tonight. So every donation helps. I'm a cancer survivor, so I really do appreciate everything that they do for us when we're going through what we're going through. And without our money and our support, it wouldn't happen. So today is Cancer Day. Today is talking about cancer. I don't tell my story. I don't talk about it very much. But today I will be, because it's all about not just the people that passed away, but us survivors that actually survived this terrible illness. And it is just absolutely shocking. I have survived it 3 times, and my poor sister got it once. And yeah, we just sometimes don't know why that happens. Okay, so we've got our squares here, so we're sort of going to come in with our squares for our writing here. Now, this is tacky now. See how it's just tacky? So I can put this on here, and I can actually, it won't stick to it. It will just be like a tacky, see? Just like a Post-it note. So you can just run your fingers over it so it becomes more untacky if you don't want it really tacky. Did you like that gold nugget? Now, things are going to be going up about this glue. Don't forget to comment and tell me and share, because this is where you might win some happy mail, happy mail. Okay, now you can write on this with a pencil if you want to, which I like to. 3 inches by 4 inches. You know that's the photo. Okay, 3 inches by 4 inches. Okay, we are on a roll. Okay, so now you can place these where you want to place them onto your black and white piece. Whether you want a big image, a big lines, little lines in between, that is entirely up to you. So how you want to place them is entirely up to you too. So I'm going to sort of have the photos like this first. So I'm sort of going to bring that one up a little bit and bring this in. So this is how I'm going to place it on here. So I'm going to stick my mats down, because all I need to do next is to print out my photos, which I'm not going to do today. So this is going to sort of come in here. And then we're going to come in with our bottom one. There's so much happening today. Got so much happening. Thank you for joining me, because without you guys, I wouldn't have this gorgeous little business that I have. It's just amazing, the support and the followers. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Okay, so this is going to come in here. We're going to have a little gap. This is where you can either add another photo, or you can add some journaling onto it. So it's entirely up to you. Sometimes you might want to put 3 photos on and just have 1 piece for journaling, or you might want to have the 2 pieces for journaling explaining about each photo. It's entirely up to you. Okay, now we have our placements of our flowers, which is, oh my God, just beautiful. So we can place these around now and work out where we want our flowers to go. Now, if you're going to place it where it's going to come over a photo, let me get a dimension. Okay, here's my dimensions. Just put 1 dimension in the middle. That's all you need. 1 dimension in the middle. When you're placing this on, then you can still lift this up to put your photo in. Just 1 dimension is all you need. Okay, and then you can add these on here if you want to, or you can even, don't even have to put them on there if they're not right. We'll work that out. I just thought while I was cutting, they looked interesting. They might be really good to use. So we're going to come in with this one. And you can change them around so they don't look exactly the same. You can change your flowers around so they don't look exactly the same. So 1 dimension, pop that in here. And then on here, I'm just going to add another part of a dimension. So grab our scissors and cut an edge. Good way to use up your edges, guys. And take the back off, and this is going to go in on our journaling page here. Okay, so you can lift that up as well. And then we've got a little one down here that we can bring in as well. Okay, so this can go in on this one. Once again, you've only got the 1 dimension, so make sure that you've got the piece up there that you know is not going to be happening. Now, we've got these beautiful black and white gems on here, so I can come through with these. I'm going to grab my pick tool if I can find it. Here it is. Grab these embellishments and pop them in the middle of the flowers here. You can put the black or you can put the white. Oh, that one's a bit smaller, so we might go with a smaller one. Okay, and you can even put some around the page if you wanted to. Okay, now we've got that up there, so we can bring a little bit of this down here if we want to. We've got these solid black ones that we can put behind here. So I'm going to put one down here. I'm just going to add just a tiny little bit of glue on the stem. I don't want to put it all over the leaves because I want the leaves to sort of stand up a little bit. So we're going to put that one there. And we have another one here, which we can bring up here. So just a little bit on the, just a little bit on here, okay? So lift up the top here, pop that in there. And then our final one, oh my God. We're coming back to do kits next. Oh, I'm so excited. Kits will be coming on at 11:30. I didn't get my program up. How terrible am I? I had so much happening, I forgot to put the program up, and it wasn't until this morning that I realised that I mentioned about today, like the scrapbooking, and I mentioned about tonight. Did I not? Okay, let's add a little bit of glue on that. It's telling me not to put it up there for some reason. I don't know why. Sometimes when it won't go in, it's because of a reason, but I'm going to try again because I want it up there. Okay, that's better. And bring this up here. Okay, now can I bring this phone up without touching anything? Oh my God, let's hope. Let's hope. Oh, hi Joan, hi Althea. Have a look at our beautiful page. How's that? Isn't it beautiful? I love the page. And you can do your second one the same, which is really good. Black and white, if you've got coloured photos, or you can even put black and white photos on there. Now, don't forget to come back at 11:30. 11:30 we're going to be doing... thank you for the love hearts, I love that. 11:30 we're going to be doing a kit. One of the new ones that has come out, so I love that idea. Oh, thank you, Susan. Isn't it beautiful? I just love it. You know, and when you attend sometimes the Stampin Up retreats, you come up with some really good ideas that you can use to create something in your own, but using the same layout. So thank you everyone for watching today. Don't forget, please donate. Susan, thank you for your $50 donation. I will put it across for you. That was really lovely. There is a place online. You don't have to send it to me. There is a place online under Teresa's Cancer events, and there is a link in there where you can actually donate. So every donation will help. Thank you, and I'll see you all back here for kits at 11:30. See you then. Bye for now. Let's go this way. I'm too scared to touch the phone at all. Let's go here and let's see if I can do it nicely.